Hi guys, it's Mandy here. So I was going to do a fancy video for my film review, but I've been feeling so rotten lately that I just cannot face doing the editing for it. So I'm just going to read it off to you guys. And I hope you able to follow along visually. So basically, today I'm going to review a musical called The Student Prince, and The Student Prince was made in 1954. It's an adaptation of an operetta that was made in 1924, and it was based off a novel called Karl Heinrich by a man called Wilhelm Meyer Forster, and he wrote it in 1898. He also adapted it into a stage play. So the screenplay for the film was written by two people, Sonia Levin and William Ludwig. It was directed by Richard Thorpe and produced by Joe Pasternak. The costumes were created by Walter Plunkett and Helen Rose. It was filmed at MGM Studios, and it stars Anne Blythe as Kathy Ruder, Edmund Purdom as Prince Karl, S.Z. Secco as Joseph Ruder, Edmund Gwen as Professor Jutner, Louis Calhern as King Ferdinand of Carlsberg, John Ericsson as Count von Astenberg, John Hoyt as the Prime Minister, and John Williams as the Prince's valet Lutz. So the music was composed by Sigmund Romberg, and the lyrics were done by Dorothy Donnelly. So the songs were sung by Anne Blythe and Maria Lanza. Maria Lanza had to do the voiceover for the actor who played the prince, because Maria Lanza was allegedly meant to play the role of the prince, but he was unable to fulfill the role because rumor has it that he got a bit too big for the role. So don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. So the story is that Prince Karl, as played by Edmund Purdom, is a young, handsome, but very prudish and very proper prince who has been trained in a military lifestyle. So he's very rigid and very straight and very sticks to his guns, sort of thing. And he's about to become engaged to a princess, and she finds him very stiff and unappealing, and there's a risk of her not wanting to marry him at all, therefore a risk of the alliance being broken. So his uncle, the king, orders him to go and spend some time at the university in Heidelberg on the recommendation of his tutor, Professor Jutner, and spend some time with his peers to loosen up and to radiate some warmth and charm, as quoted in the film. So yeah, in my opinion, this film is a brilliant musical. I mean, it's very people who are more interested in modern day films are probably not going to enjoy it so much because it's very dated. The dialogue is very cheesy in some places. The comedy elements can be quite fun. They're not going to sort of be typical modern type comedy, but it's more subtle, and I do enjoy this film. It's a good feel good film. Well, feel good. It is a tragedy, I'm going to say, but it sort of speaks to, enjoying your life as a youth and letting your hair down, as it were, and not being so stuck to expectations, as it were. I mean, there are things that that the prince is expected to do, that he can't escape his duties, but it does speak to this idea that you have to relax at times and learn to basically be a normal human being and stop trying to be some rigid machine, like almost like a robot. So you have to learn to sort of just relax and be free and enjoy life sometimes, in order for other people to enjoy being around you as well. So there's that. And it's more sort of about acceptance as well. So you've got to sort of loosen up so that other people can accept you, and don't always stick with traditions as such, but if you must stick with traditions, at least let the traditions have a little bit of flexibility in them so that you can enjoy your life still. So basically that's what I kind of take away from the film. Like I said, the dialogue is a little bit dated. The romance scenes can be very cheesy. There are some elements you could argue that are very kind of sexist in a way, but at the same time not, because it's definitely not a film where the female character is a pushover. She doesn't immediately fall in love with the character, but she does grow to like him over a course of time, and yeah, I just enjoy this film. It's a very good film. So if you're looking for a good film to watch, you want a nice musical with some good songs in it, some fun characters, and a good entertaining story, I would say probably check out The Student Prince. It's a good film. It has been made several times in the past. There are some black and white versions, I think, and there are a couple of silent versions of the story. So I haven't seen those versions, but apparently in Heidelberg, there is in Heidelberg, the town, the actual place. I've known a couple of people who went there, and they say that apparently there is a tavern in the town that claims to be the very tavern that that the prince did go to, and they have got actual memorabilia from the University of Heidelberg, and so you can actually go and see, desks that have had students carved names into, photos of people who've dueled, and allegedly there is a photo with a prince in it who is, like I said, allegedly meant to be where this prince character came from. So and apparently they love this film so much. I don't know whether it's this particular film, but apparently they do like The Student Prince so much that they do play it every year. And there's some very interesting facts about, like, the castle. Up in the castle, apparently there is a ginormous barrel of wine that, when, I can't remember exactly, so don't quote me on this, but I think apparently was it every time there is a state visit or something, it's tradition for them to bring a gift of a bottle of wine with them, and the wine is then poured into this humongous barrel, which is basically a collection of wines that have all just been poured into this ginormous barrel of different wines. And so apparently that's something that they do, there, which is I thought was an interesting little tradition that they used to do there. But yeah, so definitely a fun film to watch. Like I said, you might want to have some tissues with you because it is a tragedy at the end. But I'm not going to tell you how it's a tragedy, but it's definitely a lot of fun. And I hope you guys enjoy it if you do get to see it. Excuse me, hiccups. So if you do get to see it, I hope you enjoy it and have some fun.